Yeah, Amir's one of Jack's.
Yeah, so Amir was on our program in November.
Yeah,
November last year. So really excited to hear from him, and what I just said, how well you're doing as well, Amir. So yeah, excited to learn more, and everyone else is so excited to hear from you. So
yeah, so I started back in November. I reached out to Jack. Basically, just wanted to get into tech. So reached out to Jack, done the cohort all the way from November to December, and January started out basically at BT. So ever since then, I've been there for 6 months, and it's been really good. So a bit more about myself. Left school at 16, went into working full time straight away at a warehouse. Done that for about 2 years. Basically worked at a warehouse. Didn't want to do school, but said to myself at the end of the day, you know what? Let me find the career that I'm passionate about. Let me do something that I want to do. Didn't want to go uni, so kind of got into the sales sector. Didn't know where to start, so I kind of got into high ticket sales, commission-based role. So I knew someone that was selling courses before. So I reached out to him. I said, look, let me be your appointment setter. So I haven't got any experience. And so, sorry, I've got public speaking kind of reached out to him, started doing appointment setting for him, and basically kind of learned the ropes with kind of appointment setting sales overall. That was good. That was commission based. Was making anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 per month. But again, I said to myself, you know what? It's quite inconsistent. Let me look for something that's more consistent, something I can build a career with. Because at the end of the day, I'm presuming a lot of you've seen, overall in the tech space, you can go from SDR to senior SDR to AE and then climb up the ranks from there. And it's good earning potential. So, start selling courses. Wanted to upsell my skills, so I got into Entr, didn't know where to start. So I got into Entr, reached out to Jack, and said, you know what, let's get the ball rolling. And obviously you guys done a good choice by getting into Entr as well. Now one of the most high performing SDRs currently at the company. Been there for 6 months and smashing it, I guess.
How'd you find it?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. I feel like with here, there's a lot of progression, a lot of how do I say it? Don't be scared to go up to someone and ask them a question, especially when you guys get into SDR role. Speak to everyone, take everyone out on like a little coffee or a little lunch and ask them just questions, just be approachable, approach them and do the best you can.
I was going to say, Amir, it's quite funny because we did a tenable session with one of our other partners probably in November, and you were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
Similar to this. It's almost like role reversal. you sat where you guys are with the different
literally tenable. He was there, and I was just like,
come a long way, right?
Yeah, come a long way. I was just thinking about the other day, and
now you're showing your journey. It's so great, so great.
Brilliant. So day in the life as an SDR. So I come all the way from Milton Keynes all the way to Canary Wharf. Commute is quite long. Wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Get to here by 8 in the morning. Get here at 8 in the morning. Check my emails. See what the pipeline is. Also have coffee with 2 sugars. Because you need to. I'll be very honest. If you guys are coming out from London to here, is everyone from London here? You'll be alright in there. Unfortunately, I'm from Milton Keynes, so it's a bit different. But to start your day off, definitely have a coffee. Definitely help you. So from 9 till 12, actively dialing, emailing prospects to ensure obviously we're booking a meeting for the seniors and juniors. So when it comes to being an SDR, your best friend is your laptop and your phone. Just literally hammer the phones at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, how I see it is, you're basically running your own business within a business. Like when I come into this company, YG even told me, don't look at it as like you're working for us, look at it as you're working with us. So when it comes to being an SDR, think it as like your own business, and then the commission is what you want to be looking at, not the basic pay. So that's kind of that's good. 12 to 1, have my lunch, catch up with fellow colleagues, preparing myself for the rest of the day, have some nice food, have a little chit chat, and then just go from there. And then 1 till 4:30, still actively dialing, catching up with the seniors and juniors on how my deals are going along. So again, your best friend is your phone, your best friend is your laptop. Be attached to that. Coming as an SDR, coming up to an SDR as you guys are going to be best friends with the phone. You can get all the training in the world from the sales floor, but the best training is being on the phone. 4:30 till 5:30 admin work, uploading my leads to the portal and just winding down for the rest of the day, chilling out for a bit.
Good. Some best practices?
Best practices, skills that I've learned is SPIN. So SPIN stands for situation, problem, implementation, and need.
Anyone familiar with SPIN? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is it part of the call?
You know what? We've actually just hired a coach that's going to be teaching it. Yeah, SPIN.
You hired someone already?
Yeah,
I've got someone if you.
Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I think
SPIN and Spice, I think, similar. But
yeah. I think BANT as well. BANT is a big thing. Budget, authority, need, and time as well. That's a big one.
Yeah.
But when it comes to obviously being on the phones, situation, understand the customer's situation. What tools are they currently using in their processes? Who are they with at the moment? Are they having any problems with their current provider or their current service they're using at the moment?
Open-ended questions. Right?
Open-ended questions. Don't ask them, is your system good? Because yes or no questions won't get you through the door. Ask them, how is your system going at the moment? Oh, it's not too good at the moment. Why is it not going too good? So always come up with open-ended questions. P, so problem. Identify the problems this customer is experiencing, and are you facing any problems with your current system? Always try to understand the problem, every problem from every angle, and just kind of implement it. So explore the consequences of the problems to build urgency. Use them problems, obviously the person is having or the customer is having at the moment, to kind of dig them into the corner and understand, right, so what are you going to do without XYZ problem? What are we going to do? What are you going to lose money from your business? Is your team going to be satisfied? Just try and create some urgency. And then need, obviously help the customer see the value of the solution. Customers will always, not see the other end of the stick. They're not always going to see what you're trying to propose to them, like you know yourself. So really try to ensure them at the end of the day and have a demarcation point of, let's put you onto a meeting, let's see what the problem is, and this is our solution for that. So that's pretty much what SPIN is.
Any questions for Amir, given he was on the course with you guys?
What advice would you give being on Entr and then going from Entr into a SDR role?
Best advice I would give. So obviously, when I went from Entr, there's a lot of things in Entr that's possibly different to being in an actual role. Again, like I said at the start, speak to as many people as you can when you get into SDR role. Become friends with everyone. Don't if you see someone at a senior level, don't be afraid to approach them. And that's why I think it's worked out well in my favour, because being friends with everyone on the floor or in a company can take you a long way. So again, just communicate with every single person at the company, not at the company but within that sector that you're working.
Build your brand, build your reputation of being someone.
I guess I was going to say, if someone is starting week 1, what advice would you give them regarding the program, right? Because it is a lot of content. First 6 weeks going to go quick. Also, how do you manage applications, interviews? I guess because at the end of the day, we all want everyone to land a role. So what advice would you give to someone to manage the workload, but also get into a role as soon as possible?
I would say, obviously, there's a lot of motion towards it when you're starting a role. So, best thing I would say, just sit back and just observe everything. Sit back and observe everything. See how everything works. Because it is quite scary coming into a role and being on the phones. So again, don't let your emotion kind of take over. Just sit back, relax, and kind of indulge in what's currently going on. That's the best advice I would give.
Do you think it would help to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'll definitely say, just sit back, relax. Don't let your emotion take over.
Yeah. So how would you say that in terms of you as a character, contrasted since you started in the Entr course till now?
Till now, I would definitely say I'm more confident now. I'm more confident in my phone. More of my tone, more of my language is much more better. So starting from Entr all the way till now, I've seen a huge difference in myself as a person. The way obviously I carry myself now, to the way obviously the way I'm on the phones, and the more proactive I am. Because when you do start as an SDR, you're going to see a lot of potential that you never saw you had, and that's a big confidence booster, and it can take you on to bigger things in the future when it comes to obviously career progression and going forward.
What's your biggest challenge so far
Good question.
in the past 6 months?
Past 6 months.
To obviously.
Yeah, so with something like this, again, you know, it's business to business. Business to business, you know, business to consumers is a whole different ballgame. When it comes to business, the deals are much more larger, but it can also take a lot more decision making. You know, there's a lot of things that are not in your control that they're in control with, the customer's in control with. So the biggest thing I would say my problem was emotion. You know, I went probably like 2-3 months without signing a deal, and it was kind of like disheartening. But it came to a point where you gotta just don't let your emotion take over. That's my biggest problem. So my best advice would be try to be as resilient as possible. Don't let your emotion take over, because you know you'll be self-doubting yourself at the end of the day. But you know, again, it's business to business. Deals are larger. Customers have the ball in their court at the end of the day. So yeah.
I mean, just a quick one. So obviously now congrats, you're smashing it in just such a short time.
Yeah.
But how soon into it, like you hitting your targets, and also was it like just because of like the repetition of just calling that you gain that confidence?
Yeah, I would say with something like this, is like don't have any motivation, just have resilience at the end of the day. Don't come into a role, you know, motivation goes like this, and then one day it's like here, and then all the way up there again. Just be resilient, be consistent with what you're doing,
Discipline.
and just be absolutely disciplined. Because obviously, I think starting January, March, I had a crazy month, absolutely mad month. And it all just came down to everyday calling, everyday hard work without fail. Even though I wasn't producing results in the first 1 or 2 months, the third month it all came through. So again, it just comes down to being resilient, don't have any motivation, have that discipline, and just go for it.
I was going to say, I think something that links into motivation is ambition. So would you say your ambition is for the next 6 months? Yeah, like where do you want to try and get to?
Ambition, definitely start selling. Like, I had a matter of word with my manager today. I was like, when am I going to get put on to selling? But again, you know, it comes down to patience, innit? So, you know, again, my ambition is really at the end of the day to start selling, climb up the ranks in the next couple of years. You know, be a senior kind of AE within the company. So again, you know, ambition, you know, smash out the goal really. Yeah.
See, all of these fundamentals, they won't stop. Like if you're an AE, like you probably do less of it for sure, but it doesn't stop like prospecting up. I'll go into this in my journey, but yeah, what he's doing now, he still have to do. You understand that, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So that's why he understands that journey, but none of this kind of fundamental stuff will stop. You know, they say sometimes people get an AE role to become a fat cat, but that doesn't last long. You heard that statement right there?
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got to kind of keep on going. Brilliant. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you.